Mr. Johnson likes to exaggerate. Good evening, everyone, parents, teachers, friends, students. My speech isn't going to be quite as whimsical as Melanie's was, because this is a formal graduation. Just one serious speech. So here we go. I've gone to Heritage for 4 years now. It seems like a long time to me. This school has become an integral part of my life. It seems normal that I should be going to Heritage on the weekends or weekdays and seeing the same familiar faces that I've grown accustomed to. It seems like a long time ago that I was an uncomfortable freshman moved into Heritage on crutches, hoping that I could call this place home. I think the first person that I met was Matt Willis, and along with him, my rock concert cohort, Brett Smith, who joins me in my endeavors to see rock royalty in person. Next, I probably met Nene and her partner in crime, Grace. I definitely heard the name before I saw her. If you know her at all, you know what I'm talking about. I did tell her to shut up once. Yet, in reality, I hope that she never does. The first thing that I noticed about Melanie is obviously her fiery red hair. But underneath all that curly hair, I found a friendly, studious young lady who's probably all helped us with our schoolwork at one point or another. Then there's Jeff, who, despite being late every morning and needing a cryptogram to read the things that he writes, actually has some pretty cool insights when you listen to him. I got to know Vahid, or AJ, in all the classes we had with Mr. Yulin together. I'd help him get the answers, and he'd provide his own unique brand of humor. I didn't really get to know Rachel until sophomore year when we actually had classes together. Now that I have, I wish I'd gotten to sooner. Rachel's a lot of fun to have around, and she says a lot of funny things, sometimes without meaning to. Brianna returned to our class from her year at Hill High, and she's been a wonderful re-addition to our class. Plus, as Jeff would say, she's kind of hot. Ben joined our class in September for the first time and fit right in soon after. Where were you 3 years ago, Ben? Could have used you. It seems like you bring out the best in everyone when you're around, except Mr. Johnson on certain days. Anyway, it's been a joy going through high school with you, all of you. I don't know what I've done without you guys. Now, it would be impossible to talk about my experience at Heritage without mentioning teachers. For some reason, Heritage has a knack for contracting great teachers. Over the years, our classes had to deal with all sorts of different teachers who have come and gone. Yet each one taught us not only their subject, but integrated things about God and His Word. Perhaps this passion for Christ is the reason each of our teachers was so special. The lessons they taught in each area, I hope will stick with me for the rest of my life. What really spoke to me about all the teachers at Heritage is their genuine concern for each one of us. They really seem to want us to succeed. That's not a trait you're going to see in a lot of public school teachers. Teachers have shown that the reason they come to work is not the money, but they come for us. We saw that when they continued to come to work, even though they weren't getting everything that they paid or promised to be paid, and didn't know if they ever would be. I remember Mr. Yulin said at the possibility of our school closing that he would still come even if there's no electricity and we had to use candles to see, just so that we could get to graduate. Without the sacrifices that they made, our class wouldn't have made it to this point. Over these 4 years, the experiences of the people I've met at Heritage have made this really a special place. It makes me sad that I won't be able to come back to it after I graduate. But this school has given us just what its name says, a heritage. Heritage of learning, friendships, and figuring out what God has for us in every subject. So as we continue with what we have learned at Heritage, Heritage Christian School will live on through us. Finally, our parents, the ones who supported us even before we were born. For me, and for many of us, you will be the hardest to say goodbye to. You've dedicated so much of your lives helping us to succeed. It's going to be a lot different not having you around when I go off to college. I'm going to miss you guys, always asking me if I need help, keeping track of my things for me, and always demanding that I call you. Thanks for everything, because you really did give us everything. Now we're here to celebrate what our class has accomplished over 4 years, and all the new things these accomplishments will lead to. I stand here as the valedictorian of the class that I believe has accomplished so much. In the midst of worrying about normal senior questions like where to go to school or where even to go after this year, we also faced the possibility of our school closing. Our class had to wonder whether we'd be able to graduate. We might have to change schools and go our separate ways during the middle of the year. There are times I was pretty sure that we wouldn't make it here. But with the support of parents, teachers, and the school's administration, our class got through the rest of the year. Now here we are, graduating from high school. But neither I nor anyone in this class could have done it without you, the people teaching us, supporting us, and spurring us on. Thank you all for coming, and thank you to all the people who have given us the opportunity to graduate from Heritage.